Indiana in the morning on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Look over there, boys and girls. Steve Kline is with us, IUP baseball coach. Just back from down south. We're a little bit warmer there, wasn't it?
Yeah, Morgantown was a little bit warmer. We did play in some snow.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. It's fun. The winter baseball, what the heck, right?
Yeah, sure.
Play.
And you made a trip to South Carolina earlier.
Yeah, we went to South Carolina and got our egos bruised a little bit, but we're back. We're back. So.
Well, you got back before the wildfires broke out down there. That was crazy. Our visit with Coach Kline, presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Boy, last season was so shiny and fresh and so much fun for you that it probably what you experienced down in South Carolina, that's maybe even exactly what they needed to get them focused, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting outside for the first time of the year, and our kids being excited to play. And we lost two of the games were in the last inning. Mm-hmm. All of our games so far that we lost have been in the last inning. So we just have to find a way to win. That's the biggest thing. Just once you get over that hump, we look for everything the way to lose instead of trying to find a way to win. And, trying to protect our scores instead of going and trying to put people away. And we just fell on the short end. But it's a humbling experience, for us and for me, that you learn that while you're here to coach baseball and not just win. You're here to. I mean, winning's fun, trust me. But coaching the kids, is the main priority. And I got humbled and learned that that's what you have to do when you're at a college level.
Yeah. Well, today is the first day of baseball and softball practice for high school kids in Pennsylvania. So they're getting out and experiencing the out of doors if they can for the first time under the sunny skies. And it's a whole different animal when you're playing up here than a kid down in the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, those kids that get to play baseball all year long.
Yeah, we went down to South Carolina. They already had 10 games in. That was our first. That was our first game, and the first time we were actually outside. So throwing a baseball, and it was kind of chilly yet, so it gets real slick, and just to see the kids compete was the best part of it. But we were in there every game with them, and they're a good team, and that's why we go south.
Yeah,
kind of find out who can pitch. You never know until the season starts. You start finding out which guys are going to step up and which guys need a little bit more work.
Well, you've got some fellas on the team that were part of last year's great success, and certainly they come in with a whole different perspective, I think, than kids who've not been here before, young men who are recruited. Tell me about the off season and what the success of last season did in terms of guys taking a look at IUP who might never have looked at IUP before, and then those fellas who were here that could tell them what it was like.
Yeah, our recruiting has been pretty good. We've been able to go down south and get a lot of kids. I got next year I got about 3 more kids coming from Florida up here to play. A lot of Pennsylvania boys, some kids from different parts of the world. I got a New Yorker. I got some guys from Ohio. So the recruiting's been great. You just have to take the good with the bad, and sometimes you can't get every kid, so it kind of hurts you because you really like a kid, but you're like, I already have that position filled by someone else. But competition makes greatness, I think. The more that the kids compete during the practice times, the better you're going to be. Mm-hmm. As long as you have someone pushing you, it's always a good thing. I tell every kid I recruit a kid that's going to take your spot. I'm trying to recruit that kid that's better than you.
Yeah.
So hopefully that motivates them a little bit to push them. And same thing. I mean, Todd tells me that every day, the AD, hey, I'm going to try to get a coach in here that's better than you, so you better. So I understand that, and this is how the cycle of baseball works. But love the town, have been having a great time here in Indiana. They've been really supportive, been happy. Mm-hmm. The people come out in droves for us, and it's been great. They've been helping us with everything from anything we do, from the Moose to the Eagles, and we have a great time. Good people, good restaurants. Everything's been great so far.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were telling me that you've spent the morning and probably a little bit of time over the weekend too. Looking at the schedule, making adjustments with the weather the way that it is. Now, you're scheduled at home this weekend against Shepherd.
Yes, sir.
But you're probably going to have to go down there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of with the rain and the outfield kind of gets all moisture. And you just don't want to put any kids at risk to get hurt. And,
yeah.
It's still kind of frozen. The ground's still frozen a little bit, so we can't really roll it. So it's, kind of lumpy and gumpy. And once we get that taken care of, and, the turf's a good part on the infield, but, you still get some guys out there in the outfield that you worry about if something runs and slips. And, then all of a sudden a freshman's out for 3 years because he's torn his ACL or something. So you have to take that in consideration, and the other team's, health. And so I thought, well, it's going to be like 70 degrees down at Shepherd. Let's see if we have to flip flop it, and they'll come up here next year and play us here, and we'll go down this year for them.
Yeah. You, of course, with your years in the major leagues, about training in Florida and then coming north for the beginning of the season when it's so cold in some of those cities, and you're playing in snow and everything like that. As a pitcher, did you worry more about the arm, or did it not even enter your mind that with the cold weather, something might be a little bit tighter than normally it would be when you're nice and able to get nice and loose?
And I think as a player, you kind of get you're moving and you're going around. It's with sitting still. The coaches freeze a little bit more. The fan, it's tough for the fans. You want to have like good sunny day, and the wind kind of just rips through. That's the part that kills you. You just sit there and the wind just when it's chilly out. Like when you play in Chicago in April, it's not. And that wind's blowing, it hits you a little bit. But I was up in Montreal for a lot of years, so sometimes you played the Mets, and in Cleveland I was in there, and it was 35 degrees, especially when you play at night. It's a different temperature drop,
Yeah.
It's just the ball gets slicker. It's nothing different once you start playing. The field conditions are good. Everything's just about the playing to the weather, like getting the grip of the ball, gripping the bat, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the guys are settling in now and getting into the rhythm of a season. What about this team has impressed you so far?
I just think their calmness and their coolness. I'm more animated and crazy about trying to win these games, and they're kind of like, "Hey, coach, it happens. It's happening for a reason. We have to find a way to get over this hump again. And once we get over that hump and start battling, and they haven't been outside. I think the first game kind of opened our eyes when we struck out a lot. You saw a kid throwing through in the twilight, and it was kind of dreary out, and we weren't outside yet. So first time pitchers seen with a backdrop, and the hitters got to see with the backdrop, and it just struggled a little bit. And the next couple games we battled. Like I said, but we had a chance to win the game, and we just didn't finish them up. And hopefully we can put a little streak together and starting to get a little bit more games in. I think that's better for baseball. The more you play, the better you get.
After that long run in the NCAA tournament, people think, oh, okay, IUP baseball season ended. These guys aren't going to play any more ball until next year. That's not the case, of course. They go off and they play in their summer leagues, and they get involved and they develop off this in the off season. So you get a chance to see them coming back with those summertime experiences, and that can be really valuable, can it?
Oh yeah, like the AAA league down here in Johnstown, and then the one in Altoona are really great for the young kids in the area. They can come in, they can play, they get a chance. They didn't get a lot of at-bats or a lot of innings pitching. They get more of an experience playing in the summertime, and they get to play every day, and it's warm, and they can meet friends. They get to listen to different coaches, talk to them about things. So I'm open to all that stuff. You just want kids to experience fun. And I think that baseball's a game of failures. If you don't have any kind of fun in it, it can be a miserable, couple of years. But they've been responding well. Like I said, we have to get outside. We still haven't practiced one day outside yet.
Oh yeah,
with the whole team because our field's just too muddy to get onto yet. But once we get the whole team, we can do double cuts and all kinds of relay stuff that sometimes you find out you're short on when you play a team and you're just playing games. And
yeah. Of course, you don't sit idly by for the rest of the summer either. You're always coaching, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm out recruiting all the time. That's just that's the nature of the beast here. You get with this new portal thing and NOI money, people are just leaving here, going there. Now the NCAA D1s have cut down their rosters, and so now a lot of kids are going to get pushed down to this level, and JUCO kids coming out. There's a lot of options out there for people, and some kids just want to come out and play. They don't want to go sit in D1 and wait. So you just got to find the right fit for your team, and sometimes the character of the guy is what we try to judge. like with my players, I'm a big judge of their character, and right now they haven't disappointed me. They're great people in the community. They do great in school. So that's as a proud papa or whatever you want to call it, that's something you're proud of, to see that how the kids have inspired themselves through the classroom and in the community.
Yeah. Now you think back to last season. By the way, we're with Coach Steve Kline, IUP baseball. The season is underway, and we're still waiting for that first home game. But and we might have to wait a little bit longer than the schedule said. But with the season underway, we think back to last year and the crowds that began to build as the success began to build. And of course, we're hoping that is sustained through this year, that people are there right from the start. They want to come out and they want to see this IUP baseball team play.
Yeah, we have a great tailgate going on up there. We have fun. We have food and stuff, options. The kids just get to come out and watch a game. Bring your kids out, have a good time. We like foot traffic. We want people to come up, and even the softball field's right next door to us, so they have a really good team this year too. So it's going to be fun to come up to the South Campus and watch some baseball. But the more crowd that comes out, the more our players inspired to play a little bit. And they love playing baseball, but playing in front of people are even better.
That's a nice place to play a baseball game. It's a good one to watch too.
Yeah, there's a lot of room up there. You just got to make sure that the police aren't doing their driving exercises up there and doing their arrest stuff. It's kind of crazy. Sometimes you hear the cars like screeching around and stuff, but it's a really nice place. Like I said, the town has been great. They've been coming out. Like I said, the Moose sometimes comes up and cooks hamburgers for all the people and stuff. It's been a blessing to have the backing of the community.
Yeah, you get that police academy up there doing the skid stop, then well, that's a whole different form of entertainment. But we're there for the baseball and watching IUP play baseball. Now, as this season goes on, of course, I know that you look at the other teams and as you said, with all the different player options out there, every team is different when you begin a whole new year. They'll bring some guys back, but there are a whole bunch of new guys with every team. Are you able to look out and say, oh, these guys are going to be someone good that we have to watch out for? These guys, I know they got this pitcher and that pitcher back, and so those are somebody we're going to have to build for. Do you really look at the PSAC rivals about now?
Yeah, you look at the PSAC West, and it's really tough. Seton Hill is always great. Slippery Rock's very, very good team. Clarion got a new coach. They're always competitive and like a team that wants to fight you. Pitts Johnstown's scrappy. Lock Haven's scrappy. We lost Mercyhurst this year. Gannon's always they're a private school, so they got some cash to pay for some players. And it gets into some good battles and everybody knows each other really well. They know the players. Have been recruiting the same guys. We each recruit each other's guys. Mm-hmm. And then you go on the other side of the PSAC, and you rock, the juggernauts of Millersville and Westchester and East Stroudsburg. They're no joke. And then you got the rest of the conference too over there. Like Kutztown and Bloom. They're all real good. Shepherd. And you can't sleep on anybody. Every game in the PSAC is very tough and competitive, which makes it fun because when you go down south and you play other teams, you realize we're a really tough conference.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be terrific to watch IUP baseball this year. The PSAC, of course, and then on hopefully into the NCAA regionals, and you make another run.
Yeah, hopefully that's what we try to do. You try to just find out where you are in the beginning, find out what kids can. Finish the games, and then by the end, who your guns are, and you just stick to them, and hopefully we can get back out here and play for a PSAC West Championship.
Well, Shepherd is on the schedule for here at home for this weekend. That probably won't happen or might not happen, but then you're back with Seton Hill on March the 21st. That'll be fun.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to throw in West Liberty on the Tuesday, March 18th. That'll be our first home game. But we didn't put it on the schedule yet. But they got rained out, so we picked up a game with them. But it'll be good because we play Seton Hill and Slippery Rock right out the back. The two juggernauts are against us. I think they're both really, really excellent teams. They're coached really well, and like I said, it's going to be a fun ride. It's so fast and so quick. Hop on the train and let's ride.
Absolutely right, Coach. Thanks so much for coming in.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Steve Kline, the IUP baseball. We'll keep following them all season long because they're one of the recognized powers now in the PSAC. Looking forward to this season. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.